So today's the 16th of December 2024. Another update for the day. So if anybody doesn't know me, my name is Alexi, run my own SMA. Been doing it a few years now, quit my 9 to 5 and gone all in on it about 6 months ago now. But yeah, so today's been an interesting day. So obviously I haven't done a back-to-back update in a while, but my update yesterday was talking about sort of this hole that I got myself into in terms of just a bad overall mindset and just doubt in the process, doubt in the journey, losing patience. And I just mentally ended up in a shit position. And today I woke up and I picked myself up a bit. And then I think because it was still on my mind and it was still there and I was just trying to push through it, had an event happen today that sort of knocked me again. I had a bit of an issue with a client. She's been doing my fucking head in. Yeah, I mean, there was just a situation that was just completely blown out of proportion for no reason at all. And so to give you some context of what happened, this particular client, she was running an advert. She was thinking of turning it off too early. And I just said to her, she's selling a package for 12k, right? And she's already sold one. And I was saying to her, because your package is such a high ticket, you can afford to spend more. So I said to her, like, the way I think about it, like, for me, if I had sent something for 12k, I'd be willing to spend 6k on adverts to get a 12k client because it's a 6k return. And not only that, you never know the case studies, the referrals you get, etc., etc. So it was literally a general casual conversation and everything was going well. And then she just literally just kicked off at me, went off on one, sent me an 8-minute voice note, just going in on me, saying that's such a stupid comment. How would a 6k, how is 6k, spending 6k to get a 12k client over 6 months sustainable? And I was like, hang on a minute, I never said a time frame and I never said it was about you. I was just giving you a random example of random numbers to give you context on the way I think of adverts to hopefully help you, because you've turned your head off too early and I don't want you to do yourself a disjustice pretty much. So anyway, I just explained that to her, and yeah, she just absolutely went off on one. Like I said, sent me an 8-minute voice note just going in on me. I just explained myself to her. I said to her, you've got the complete wrong end of the stick. I'm not trying to dig at you, or I'm not even trying to say what you've said, I've said. So yeah, and then anyway, she ignored me for the rest of the day. But that again just like got in my head a bit, to be honest, because I was a bit mentally, I wasn't in a great state anyway. So it got to me. So what I did after that is the rest of the day, like, I've had some ideas of some other strategies and things I'm going to do for myself. But then I went to the gym and yeah, it was a nice little distraction, but I didn't feel like I picked myself up enough and I don't feel like I got myself out of that thought process enough. So as weird as it's going to sound, I pretty much like decided to punish myself in a way, and I went on a run. So I did a gym session and then I ran. And I hadn't run in a while because of my back. I had quite a bad injury, but it's been feeling better. So I just done it, and I done it more as a punishment. I didn't do it for the physical fitness. I done it for the mental fitness. Right, when you run, you're in pain, you're tired, you don't want to fucking do it, and that's exactly why I did it, because my mindset the last couple of days has just been atrocious, which isn't really like me, and I just wasn't happy with the way I was thinking and the things I was doing, essentially. So I just wanted to, yeah, as weird as it might sound to some people, just punish myself, essentially. I know it sounds a bit backwards, but yeah, that way of thinking and the way I've let those thoughts consume me over the last couple of days just isn't really acceptable at all, and it's a bit pathetic, really. And yeah, I got in my own head. I wound myself up. I put myself in this hole for the last few days. So yeah, like I said, I did it as a punishment. And every time on the run, every time I felt the pain, every time I was aching or feel uncomfortable, I made myself go faster. I made myself push to that next level because, yeah, it's just not acceptable, right? And look, at the end of the day, everyone's going to have those faults, but you need to pick yourself out of it. And I, at the moment where I am on my journey, don't get me wrong, I've done well, but it's still just me, right? There's no boss to pick me up. There's no me going into the office and colleagues to sort of bounce off of and sort of cheer yourself up and distract yourself. It's me in this room with my laptop and my phone, and that is it. So there isn't time to sulk and fuck about and let myself just be a little bitch. I've got to pick myself up. I've got to push myself. I've got to carry on going for it. And like I've said a million times on this channel, like, I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to be a millionaire. I know I'm going to get to those heights. So having these thoughts and having these couple of days of just allow my head to just consume me isn't going to serve me and isn't going to get me closer to where I'm going to go. And like I said, I know I'm going to do it. So I've just got to keep managing it. But yeah, so I guess it works for me. It may not work for everyone, but a trick I'd recommend is that if you're having mentally a bad day, in terms of you're letting that little bitch, that little inner bitch voice take over, and you're allowing yourself to just mentally be weak, punish yourself. Honestly, do it. Do something you absolutely hate, and whilst you're doing it, and whilst that voice is going, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, just tell yourself that you deserve it. Tell yourself this is your punishment. And again, like I was about to say, even when I was running, I've got that voice in my head going, oh, it hurts, I can't be arsed, I'm tired, I want to go home, blah, 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 blah. And I was talking back to it. So everyone must have thought I was a fucking lunatic, but I was running down the road talking to myself, just telling myself to shut up and just fucking get on with it. And again, look, at the end of the day, we are our own worst enemies, right? Whether you're a bit more into it like me and you're trying to get to that next point, you're your worst enemy. Whether you're about to get started and you're stopping yourself from getting started, you're the worst enemy. So you've got to fight that inner voice. You've got to challenge yourself. You've got to not allow it to consume you and take you over. So yeah, I guess this whole time, a big thing that I've been doing is just fighting against that voice, right? Whenever I don't want to do something, I make myself do it. Whenever I say I'm going to do something, I make sure I do it. Whenever I do something I'm not happy with, I punish myself for it. And I know it sounds weird, but you've got to have that sort of relentless mindset and that grit to allow you to do this, because it's really not fucking easy. Like, all right, don't get me wrong, there's a lot harder and a lot worse positions to be in this world, that's 100% for sure. But to achieve what I want to achieve, it's not easy. And I guess that's with anything with life, in whatever field you're in, it isn't easy. So like I said, it is you against you. That it's as simple as that. So you've got to challenge yourself, you've got to push yourself, you've got to make yourself feel pain, you've got to make yourself feel uncomfortable. But you've also got to be your own best motivator, you've got to trust in yourself, you've got to push yourself, etc. So yeah, it's been a weird few days. I think as well, it's been a combination of allowing the thoughts to consume me, being tired, coming back from Dubai, being on such a high for the week, and then coming back and just being like, fuck me, I can't be here anymore. I think all of this combined with, obviously, the main factor of me being a bitch and just allowing it to consume me is just, yeah, it's caused me to sort of self-explode the last couple of days. But yeah, I'm fucking tired now because I tortured myself on that run. But yeah, I've got plans of what I've got to do, what I've got to change. I just need to be patient and just keep pushing, and I've got ideas. So yeah, there we go. There's the update for the day. If you're going to take anything from this, it's literally you against you. You're going to be the only reason that you're going to succeed, and you're going to be the only reason that you'll fail. So you've got a decision to make as to whether you decide to manage your mindset, push yourself, challenge yourself, take yourself to that next level, or allow yourself to be lazy, allow your thoughts to consume you, allow your thoughts to stop you from going where you're meant to go. So there we go. There's the update for today, and see you in the next update whenever something significant happens.